A scheduled conversation. It was actually very cool. We kind of got to know each other. She just asked me stuff about myself and wanted to really know more about my story. I thought for sure that this day I was going to have to sing. So I had prepared like all night. I was super, super, super nervous. And she told me as soon as I got on the call, girl, you're not about to sing today. We just gonna talk. We gonna chop it up. It was a very personable call. Like she was just chilling in her house on the couch. It was like a regular conversation with your homie. I really feel like that was the point, to really have me let my hair down and just have a conversation. And honestly, it was something that I really needed when it came to this, because it's very nerve-wracking to prepare for something that you've never done before and for it to be preparation for something that's going to be televised. But given we're just talking about the audition process, so she's prepping me for the Zoom auditions that I'm going to have. Yes, I had to audition after they asked me to come onto the show. That should have been another indicator that this was a little out in the open, little what is going on. But again, high hopes, big excitement, full circle. I have to remind y'all that these auditions are special. Executive producer auditions. This is how they're marketing it to me. So you audition with the pressure that this is a huge, big thing. And the TV show has been around since the early 2000s. So of course, me going into it or anybody else going into it is going to think or going to feel nerves. Honestly, I was just glad to be in the service one more time. I wasn't thinking, if they're inviting me to a show, why do I have to audition? I have to just slide this in right here. Queen didn't make the rules. She's just reiterating them to me. Her name is not Queen. I'm calling her Queen. Yes, I did have to audition. Executive producer. And I'm skipping around. So as I'm telling her about my story, I'm letting her know that I do nails. I'm a nail tech and I've been doing so for 5 years. At the time, it had been 5 years. That I get my singing skills from my mother and my music taste from my father. I told her that I grew up in the church and that that's really all that I know. All of my soul and my passion comes from church and the type of music that I grew up listening to from both sides of my parents. There's a lot of positive stuff that I was saying. She did not try to pull anything out of me. But I will say this, she did give me a title. Because going on these shows, you do have to have something with you as a part of your story. So we were going to push me as the singing nail tech. This was going to be a platform to launch my business in a bigger way, and my voice and my artistry. I was on a thigh while listening to this. I showed her my work. She was like, oh, you're great. Your work is phenomenal. And it is, if you want to see it, at Polish Me Right, _T. That's POLISH me, MEBRIGHT, _T on IG. You know that. Okay. Back to the point. Also got a chance to tell her the biggest thing that a lot of people do not know about me once they look at my page and see the type of personality that I bring. I have battled with stage fright my whole life. And up until the Hold Up, Wait a Minute video, I did not post singing videos at all. I did not sing in front of people. My family barely heard a lick of me besides humming and singing in the choir, hitting in the mix. Telling her this, her face is twisting up like, huh? You're nervous to sing with that type of voice you got? I'm like, yeah. I always have been afraid. And to be honest, a lot of people with big voices have always battled that. Always. Everybody has battled with stage fright. I didn't know this up until a short while ago, but a lot of people battle with stage fright. I thought that mine was very special because it was very crippling to me, to the point where I knew that if I was in church and if I hummed around my aunt, who just so happened to be the youth choir director, she would love what she heard too much and I would probably get a solo. That's a good thing. People fight for solos, girl. I was scared to be in the front, baby. I didn't want to be in the front. I didn't want to say my Easter speech. I didn't want to sing in the choir. I didn't want to lead part in the play. I wanted to be in the chorus. I was afraid. And it was people around me always scratching and surviving to be in the front. And I would always be pushed out there and want to run. The story just didn't make sense. Looking at my page, it didn't make sense. This was definitely a red flag to me that I ignored. She didn't push me, but she did give me some game about how this will probably be confusing to some people. This was the first time that I heard it. Then we continued on with the story. I told her how I got my name because we discussed whether I was going to use my government name on the show or my alias, my stage name, whatever we're going to call it. And my aunt, who was the choir director at my church, the youth choir director, also gave me my name. My name, Bidney, comes from Sydney, and that is taken from the name game. Sydney, Bo Bidney, Banana Fana for Fidney. That is how I got my name, and Bidney stuck. You can play the game yourself with your name. Remember how my name is an ode to my childhood and how I always battled with stage fright. Now, the person that I'm stepping into is a totally different version, and all of the dreams that I dreamt of when I was little old Sydney being brought to the forefront, and I am able to actually fulfill. So I am Bidney. Like a Hannah Montana reference. I am a millennial. I am a Disney kid. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. If y'all want me to go deeper into that in another video, I will. This is why you always see a childhood picture as my profile picture on any page, because it's an ode to my childhood. I am taking all of my dreams and I'm making them come true for my inner child, for my younger self, for that little girl that always prayed that one day she would be as big as Beyonce. I tell somebody that they're touched because everybody can relate to that type of story. Everybody has a younger self that they're trying to show out for. And I'm letting you know right now, if you're doing your best, they're proud. In that moment that I realized I was sitting smack dab in the middle of a prayer I had prayed when I was little old Sydney. It's a double-sided coin. We're the same person, but I'm elevated. Then got to talking about the types of songs that I would have to be able to pick. I had to pick 4 to 6 songs. Okay. 6 songs would have to be picked before most definitely would be shuffled through. So 6 to be safe, 4 for real. To tell you the truth, for the life of me, still to this day, I don't think I really did pick 6 songs. 2 had to be mid-tempo. 2 could be original, or you could just pick from the other genres or that they were giving you. Original song. Last 2 had to be a ballad. Obviously, most of the songs that I was thinking about was Anita Baker, Jasmine Sullivan, Beyonce. He starts to go down a list of songs that are banned, that cannot be sung because they're not cleared on Idol. Beyonce songs were on that, which shocked the shit out of me because if you've ever watched American Idol, Beyonce has even performed on American Idol. People always sing songs on there. But again, you have to remember, American Idol is on ABC now, no longer Fox. You have to make sure that the songs that you pick are within the bracket of genres and are super flattering to your voice. You only get, I want to say 30 seconds to sing them. Could have been a minute, but I feel like it was 30 seconds. This was a while back, okay? But I remember a lot. I got a lot of receipts, but baby, that detail is too small for me. Kind of starting to catch on that my black singing ass probably was not going to be able to sing no black singing ass songs on this show, which put the fear of God in me. I'm feeling like I'm not going to be able to tell my story at this point, and I'm feeling like I'm not going to be able to fully step in and sing as myself. So now I'm talking to her, but I'm worried. And this is all being told to me for auditions that I have to do after they ask me to come on the show. Please keep all of these things in mind. The story continues.